two sides to the same coin. You have the study of God, you have the study of the devil, and somehow they are apart, or at least we're told they are. And yet in the books of the monotheistic religions we're aware of today, you have this continuous battle between good and evil, between God and the devil. Yet one thing that your elders may have not told you is that because you were made in the image of God, you have the same fight. And I'm saying that on a reality level, not on this whole religious detached level where it doesn't actually apply to your day-to-day. It literally applies to your being. You are two sides of the same coin. That is, God is the devil is God. It's all one. Now, through esoterica, you may become aware of this truth, which for a lot of dogmatic minds is hard to accept. But once you've accepted it, you don't settle on that. You now know, because you are aware of the battle that you have as a God, and as the Bible has this battle, you have to win the battle, right? Or you'll be usurped. And it's not to say that you will lose or you will die, but it's which one of you is going to win the battle, which side is going to prevail. Is it your good side or is it your bad side? That's all it is. The reason why religion would not want you to know that on a conscious level is because they may not want you to ascend. They may want you to stay in servitude. Remember, it's all about control and power in this matrix we find ourselves in. So once you come to this awareness, you will realize that you can ascend, and you will start ascending. But as long as you believe that God and the devil are apart, you will have no choice to ascend. You will have no choice to ascend. The only way you can ascend is knowing the good and evil within you, so you can start the shadow work. But the shadow work cannot start unless you accept you have a shadow. You can see the light and you can see the shadow. You can see God, you can see the devil. Just look at the story of Job in the Bible, for example. If you didn't believe me, you'll realize there that God and the devil are one. Two sides of the same coin. It's just that the words have been put in such a way that you may be thinking dogmatically that these are entities apart. They're not apart. They're all one. But for our 3D minds, we have been made aware of such translations, such context, which can throw you off, of course, from the main issue at hand. But as a conscious being, you can see through these things, can't you? So ascend, people, ascend. Know that you are two sides of the same coin, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's only something wrong with that when you are aware and you do nothing about it, because you can't be bipolar, can you? Well, you could be, but why be when you could, usurp your lower self with your upper self, the higher self, the light, the one that knows best, the one that doesn't want to be, hitting others because they've been hit, the one that knows better, man. It's very straightforward and simple once we start applying it to our lives practically, not from a religious aloof point of view, but actually seeing the story of many men and women gone before as something we can take and apply to our lives to raise ourselves up. So you are two sides of the same coin if you didn't know. If you know what you can do so that you don't have to, live this contradiction longer than you need to. Just do the shadow work. I can't tell you what shadow work you need to do. You need to find out yourself. The only purpose I have is shedding light on this awareness. Not that I'm the first person to come across this awareness, and not that I'll be the last, but I'm here sharing it with you. So get working on your two selves, your darker self and your lighter self, so that you can transmute the two, integrate the two, and be one. Peace.